Hi everyone, my name's Amal and you're watching Newsbreak. Coming up on today's show, girls banned from school in Afghanistan, we chat to the Wiggles, and a history-making flight. But before we get into any of that, why don't you hit our subscribe button? Schools in Afghanistan have just reopened for the first time since the Taliban took over the country last year. But not everyone gets to go. Girls from grade 6 and above have been banned from attending, and it's caused anger across the globe. Here's Joe with more.
Like many Afghan kids, Khadija had been looking forward to starting school again and was really upset when she was told to go home.
It was like a day of mourning, and it was a very sad day.
Last week, the country's Ministry for Education said that schools would reopen for all students, including girls. This was a huge announcement because the Taliban has banned women's education in the past because of their extreme religious views. But only hours after opening on Wednesday, girls in grade 6 and above were sent home from their schools.
Everyone was crying, the girls were hugging and crying and saying goodbye.
The Education Ministry say it'll stay this way until they can come up with a plan that fits their interpretation of Islamic law. The international community isn't happy and have demanded that women in Afghanistan have access to an education.
The denial of education violates the human rights of women and girls.
While there are some private schools and universities that aren't affected by the decision, most have been left waiting to see what will happen next.
I still wanted to be a doctor. I liked doctors' white coats, but now I cannot do anything. My future is ruined.
The world is still reacting to Ashleigh Barty's shock announcement. Tennis stars took to Twitter overnight to congratulate Barty on her amazing career, while Ash spoke to the media today.
I'll forever be connected to tennis. I'll never stop loving the sport, and I can't wait to get out there with young girls and young boys and contribute in different ways.
The 25-year-old won 3 Grand Slam tournaments and will hang her racket up as world #1. Not a bad way to finish your career. The Wiggles have been the talk of the town lately. After coming in at #1 in this year's Triple J Hottest 100, their new album, Re-Wiggled, is topping the ARIA charts, debuting at #1. Leela caught up with the Blue Wiggle, Anthony Fields, to chat all things wiggly.
I've actually just been singing Hot Potato as I've been waiting for you because I've got it stuck in my head because I've been listening to the album.
I've had it stuck in my head for 31 years.
Hot potato, hot potato.
So obviously we're here to talk about Re-Wiggled, and it all started with the Triple J like a version, and then you guys became #1 in the Hottest 100.
When it was announced we won, we got very emotional, and it was, for us, it was about, oh man, thank you so much for growing up with us, and thank you for still wiggling out there, you know.
For those that don't necessarily know what Re-Wiggled is, can you explain the concept?
There's like 32 tracks, something like that. The first half of it is Australian artists playing wiggle music in their style.
All the music has translated in a way that, you know, it's almost like you can't recognise it as a kid's song.
That's true. You know that San Cisco's version of Holiday? It just sounds like someone's doing a great disco song. Listening to brilliant Australian artists playing our music, well, it's just, I feel honoured, you know.
What has it been like suddenly transitioning into being a band for adults as well?
The Wiggles there for everybody, you know, and we want everyone to feel good about themselves.
Before we end today's show, we're going to meet Mac Rutherford, a 16-year-old who could soon be making history. He's just set off from an airport in Bulgaria in a bid to become the youngest person to fly around the world solo in a small plane.
I always knew I wanted to do something special in my aviation career, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
Mac will go to 52 countries, 5 continents and cross the equator twice, but says he needs to get back in time for school exams.
But I'm also trying to show that young people can make a difference. You don't have to be older or 18 years old to do something incredible.
All right, well, that's all from us. We're going to zoom off now and we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye! And don't forget to subscribe. Woo!